Hi, here is lesson 2 for my math. But today we are going to be doing counting math, counting money. The students will be counting bills up to 1,000. Yesterday we learned about types of forms, and today we are going to be counting total values of ones, tens, hundreds, and up to $1,000 bills. The motivation activity, we read Bunny Money by Rosemary Wells. We discussed the story, and I asked a few questions that I wrote down a few of them. So one of the questions I asked was, how much money does Ruby have now? So she started off with $15, and they had to pay the bus. So I wanted to know, could they subtract the amount she gave to what she gave from what she had? The second question I asked was, if Max bought vampire teeth for $2 and they had $14, how much money is left? The next question I asked was, how many dollars were spent on lunch? So they spent, I think Max bought a peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, 2 coconut cupcakes, and a lemonade. I think it was like $4 for all, and I wanted them to subtract from the money they've already spent. And then lastly, I asked, how much was the skating ballerina? That's the whole purpose of going to town, was to buy the skating ballerina. For my review activity, the teacher told the students we are going to play the mixed counting game. We will use what we know about counting by ones, tens, and hundreds. The rules are simple. I will hold up a bundle to show you what to count by. A bundle of 100 means counting 100. A bundle of 100 means by 100. A bundle of 10 means count by 10, and a single stick means count by ones. Okay, we are ready. Going to count from 1,000. Ready? And I held up a bundle of 10 until the students reached 940. Then I held up a 100 bundle until the students reached 540. And then I held up singles until the students reached 495. And then I held up tens until the students reached 465. Then I held up 100 until the students reached 105. Then I held up single sticks until they reached 100. Lastly, I held up a bundle of tens until they reached 0. So that practiced them counting backwards. So when we held up the tens, we started at 1,000. So 990, 980, 970, 960, 940. And I stopped them, and then I held up the hundreds. Now I can't let them count back. So 840, 740, 640, 540, and then I stopped them. Then I held up the ones. So it was 540, so 490, 539, 538, 530, and so on until they reached 495. Then I held up the tens, and the students counted to 465, and so on until we reached 0. For our first procedure activity, the teacher passed out money to the students along with a whiteboard, eraser, and markers. So it was like the activity before. They had their dry erase boards, they had their expo marker and their eraser, but this time they had fake money with it. I told partner A, so I divided the students into partners. So I said partner up, partner A, and I assigned everybody a partner A or partner B. I told partner A to show me $64. Then I told partner B to change the 2 $10 bills on the left to 2 $100 bills. And then I asked, what is the new value? The student said the value of $200 bills, 4 $10 bills, and 4 $100 bills is $244. And I told them, good. Then I told the students to write the expanded form on the whiteboard and then turn your boards around and show me. So they had to write the expanded form of $244. Then I looked at partner B to change the $1 $10 bill on the left to $1 $100 bill. The students then told the teacher the value of $300 bills, 3 $10 bills, 4 $1 bills is $334. Then I told the students to write on the whiteboard the word form for $334. Then the student showed me their answer. Then I continued the same process, going back and forth between expanded form and word form with the following numbers. From 334, I told the students to change 3 tens to 300s, and the total was 604. From 604, I told the students to change it from 4 ones to 4 tens, and the new total was 640. And then I told them to change 2 tens to 200s, which was 820. From 820, I told them to change 1 10 and 1 1. 1 10 to 1 1. From 811, I told the students to change 1 10 to 1 1. And last, from 802 to change 2 ones to 200s. After we completed this, I passed out a problem set worksheet, which looked like this. This was page 1, and this was page 2. The students, I read the directions, which the directions say show each amount of money using 10 bills. Use whatever 10 bills you want, it just needs to equal the total. Whisper and write each amount of money in expanded form. Write the total value of each set of bills as a number bond. And the students have been doing number bonds in class as well. The learner then worked and turned this assignment in for a grade. After this, we did the closure activity, which I reviewed the information with the student, and then the students completed the exit ticket. The exit ticket looks like this, which it did one of each problems that we did today. For homework, the students did the homework sheet over total value, fill in the blank, and draw the values. So the homework sheet looks like this. So this was page 1. This was page 2. The higher order thinking questions I asked was, can you tell me how to make 680 in 10 bills and then write it in an expanded form? The second question I said was, can you tell me the lowest amount of money shown with 10 bills, but using a combined of 1, 10, and 100? What is the difference in bills between 139, 190, and 109? The modifications I had were preferable seating, repeated directions, and then I had the teacher act as the paraprofessional. For my early finishers, the students created a series of numbers and how many bills it would take to make that number. The reteach section was the students sat with the paraprofessional or the teacher and reviewed over the total value of 1, 10, and 100 bills up to 1,000. For enrichment, the students will take turns with their partner and do the activity 1 with different numbers, and the partner tells them what to change. For my assessment, the students and teachers will know if the outcome has been met by written, visual, and oral observations. Success of students' learning can be determined by their ability to display the correct bills to the total value. For my reflections, the students overall enjoyed and had fun with the lesson. The students really enjoyed hearing me read the book again. They also enjoyed discussing the book. I do believe their favorite part of the entire lesson was the mixed counting game. They did enjoy actually getting to play with fake money, which they didn't get to do on a regular basis. They really did well with the money exchange activity. Also, I felt like even though we had the money laid out, they would exchange it, and I feel like they really responded real good to the activity, listening to instructions real well. They followed all the directions well, which I figured they would not do at all because most second graders aren't going to follow directions well. They seemed to really understand the whole concept I was trying to teach them. However, I felt some of the students are not on grade level, and this affected some parts of the lesson. On this part, when I would say exchange, so it could get kind of confused with when it wasn't their turn to exchange. When it was their turn to tell me the new total, they would get confused with which number was where. I helped them as well as I could. I feel those students really need some reteaching before the teacher or I moved on to teaching another lesson similar to this one. Overall, the lesson went well. I do feel that at least 75% of the students understood the concept. I think they had fun exchanging the money. It was just hard for them to take money and make it into units. I feel like that connection wasn't made as well as it should have been. All right, thank you.